أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان. الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان. والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان. والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان. فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان؟ خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجان من مارج من نار. فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان؟ رب المشرقين ورب المغربين. فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان؟ مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان. فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان؟ يخرج منهما اللؤلؤ والمرجان. فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان؟ وله الجوار المنشآت في البحر كالأعلام. فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان؟ كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان؟ يسأله من في السماوات والأرض كل يوم هو في شأن. فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان؟ سنفرغ لكم أيها الثقلان. فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان؟ يا معشر الجن والإنس إن استطعتم أن تنفذوا من أقطار السماوات والأرض فانفذوا لا تنفذون إلا بسلطان. فبأي آلاء
When I was 7 years old, I was obsessed with horses. So obsessed that it got me into trouble. Let me explain. Long before there were cell phones and computers and tablets, we had something called the newspaper. Now, the newspaper was delivered every Sunday, and the entire family would be waiting to get it because in the newspaper, there would be news, there would be advertisements. Oh, I didn't know Walmart had socks on half off. And then it had the classified section. Ooh, the classified section. In the classified section, you could find things that were for sale. There was everything in the classified section. You could find old houses for sale. You could find cars for sale. You could find go-karts for sale. You could find tree houses for sale. Once I even thought about putting my brother on sale because you could buy anything on the classified section. Now, as I would look at the classified section, I discovered that there was one thing for sale that I had never expected. Horses. Yes, I'm not saying houses, I'm saying horses. Those beautiful animals that have hair that come down and a tail and that are black or brown or white. Horses. I loved horses. I would dream about getting a horse and galloping to school. And when I'd get to school, I would see my friends and I would say, hello, good to see ya. I would dream of getting on my horse and going to the masjid. And when I'd get to the masjid, everyone would be parking their cars, but I would park my horse and I would say, howdy to ya. I would dream of going to the grocery store and then holding all of my... Actually, the grocery store doesn't really work because, like, I don't know how you'd hold on to the horse and then also hold on to the groceries doesn't work. But anyways, there were all different types of horses. They would show their photo and the name of the horse and then a phone number. It would show like a photo of a beautiful black horse and it would say Arabian horse, call Charlie at 612-555-3650. Or there'd be another one, it'd be like a quarter horse and it'd say call Ronald at 763-555-1264. And me, I would actually call them. I'd pick up the phone and I would dial the number and I would get their voicemail and I would say, oh, hello, sir. How are you doing today? This is Amin Aaser from 5439 Twin Lake Terrace. I'm calling regarding your thoroughbred horse for sale. If you can kindly give me a call back. And then I'd put it down. And then I'd call another one. Circle it. Hello, sir. This is Amin Aaser from 5439 Twin Lake Terrace. I'm calling regarding the Appaloosa that you have for sale. If you could kindly give me a phone call back, I'll really appreciate it. Thank you. I would make these phone calls because I would be excited. And I didn't think anything of it until one day when I was in my bedroom, the doorbell rang. Ding dong. Now I was in my bedroom. I was just listening from inside my door thinking, who could that be at the door? And my dad answered and I could overhear. It was a gentleman. Howdy there. I'm looking for a young lad named Amin. My dad responded. Yes, hello. You are looking for who? Who are you looking for? Yeah, this is Ronald. I'm looking for a young lad named Amin. Amin, does he live here, 5439 Twin Lake Terrace? My dad responds. Yes, he does. He does live here, but who are you? Are you his teacher, or are you from the school? Where are you from? I don't know. Sir, I am here from the classified section. Oh no, he didn't sell his brother, did he? He didn't do that, did he? No, I'm not here to buy his brother. I'm here to sell him a horse. I remember when it happened. My dad stomped into my room. He opened up the door. He said, Amin, what in the world have you been doing? I knew at that moment I made a mistake. I did something that I never should have done. Of course, I never should have called these people for the horses. I had like $13.76. And even if I bought a horse, I couldn't just put it in my room. I should have never called them. I made a terrible mistake, something that I never should have done. And I got in trouble. Now, if you're like me, you've probably made a mistake before too. We all do. The question is, what do we do once it happens? Well, I'm glad you asked because we are going to be talking about that today. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and I even see some Pokemon and a cheetah and a fox. Oh my goodness. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome to our story time program for the evening. I am your host, Brother Amin Aaser. Now, for those of you who do not know who I am the author of Noor Kids. Noor Kids is a character building program. Every single month, families receive a new book delivered in the mail. Oh my goodness, we have so many books. Look at all these books. Books like Do You Promise and Faithful Friends and Family Matters and Fairness for All and Forgive and Forget, which by the way, we're going to be reading today. Getting Along for Good and First Time Fasting and For the Sake of God and Heart and Soul and Happily Ever. I could do this all night because we have so many. Anyways, the character building program is really special because every month you get a new book delivered to your home. And every week, even after the month of Ramadan, we have story time programs that you're able to join. They're really special, and I really encourage you all to take a look. Our website is noorkids.com, and inshallah, I hope that you consider joining. All right, now, today we are talking about making mistakes. Mistakes! Like the mistake I made when I called the people in the class, hello, is your horse for sale? And then he showed up. I can't believe he showed up. Oh man, I still remember it. My dad was a little bit angry. Anyways, we all make mistakes. Each and every single one of us do. The question is, what should we do after we've made a mistake? Well, in order to answer that question, we are going to be reading out of one of our books called Forgive and Forget. Now, I love this book so very much. There's 2 stories in it. I'm going to be reading one story called Forgive and Be Forgiven. But before we start, I need everybody to say, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. You guys, I can see you, right? Bisan and Nabil from Minnesota, okay? And Jerniad from US, Georgia. And Hashmi Fam from Toronto, Canada. And Ira from Toronto. And Fozia and Adam and Yasmin. And Yusuf Hamza from Vancouver. And Asia Mandra. I see you. So when you're not saying Bismillah, I see you not say Bismillah. I want you to say it on the count of 3, okay? 1, 2, 3. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wonderful. Fantabulous. Fantabulous. All right, let's read this. Forgive and be forgiven. Amin and Hasib sit down for lunch. This is the best lasagna ever, says Amin. I call dibs on that last piece, Hasib. You eat so fast. Mom replies, I call dibs. You get in the car, Amin. Have you forgotten your soccer game? Mom, dibs doesn't work like that. Everything works for moms. Let's go. All right. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that. Like, I call dibs. That means like, I'm calling that last slice is for me. I'm calling dibs on it. Anyways, everything works for moms. Can do dibs on whatever. Anyways, all right. Mom heads out the door. Please, Hasib, please. Promise you'll save that last piece for me. Don't forget your hat, Amin. It's bright outside today, says Mom. Okay, already. It's yours. I won't touch it, says Amin's older brother. Have a good game. Assalamu alaikum. Amin sees his brother's favorite hat on the hook near the door. Hey, I'm borrowing your hat. See you. Wa alaikum salam, says Amin. Hasib brings his homework to the table. Alhamdulillah. That lasagna smells so good. Amin won't mind if I take a small piece off the side. Hasib takes a bite and pushes the dish away. Hasib's phone rings. Oh, assalamu alaikum, Ahmad. How's your history paper coming along? As he talks with his friend, Hasib takes more bites from the lasagna. Look at that. 1 bite, 2 bite, 3 bite. When he finishes the call, he realizes that what? Oh no. He has eaten all of Amin's piece. Oh no. All right, before we go on, a couple of questions. Let's ask people. Have any of you guys ever made a mistake like that before? Have any of you ever made a mistake like that? Yeah, we're gonna Sadra from Maryland. Assalamu alaikum, Sadra. Have you ever made a mistake and like didn't mean to make the mistake?
Yeah.
It happens all the time, right?
Yeah.
Can you think of an example of a time when you maybe did a mistake that you didn't even plan on? Or is it tough to remember? It's probably tough to remember, right? It's tough to remember. Hey, who's that little bundle of joy behind you?
That's my brother, Sina.
Oh, assalamu alaikum, Sina. How are you? Are you eating lasagna right now?
No.
You're not? Okay, all right, very good. Now, here's the thing. Let me ask you a question, Sadra. So now Hasib has eaten the lasagna. What do you think he should do?
Maybe he just say to Amin, I'm sorry, I wasn't realizing that.
All right, I like what you're thinking. Let's see what happens next. Let's see what's happening next. After soccer, Amin comes in the kitchen, tired and hungry. Best game ever. I'm starving, says Amin. Hasib comes right out and tells him, Amin, I have made a big mistake. Amin looks at the fridge for the lasagna. Like when you flooded the backyard because you left the hose running? Worse, says Hasib. Like when you ate an entire birthday cake I made for my math teacher? Yeah, something like that, says Hasib. I ate your lasagna. Amin slams the fridge shut and falls to his knees, heartbroken. What? How could you? How could you? You promised. You promised. No, it's not a little. Amin, it's only a little lasagna, says Hasib. No, it's not a little. It's way more than that. You promised. Jeepers, I'm sorry, sport. I didn't mean to. It smelled so good. Sorry is not enough. Okay, then you just tell me how to make it up to you. Whatever you want. Jeepers, Amin isn't being very nice here, is he? I mean, all of us make mistakes, right? Amin could have just forgiven him and said, hey, it's okay, don't worry about it. But Amin says, no, it's such a big deal now. All right? All right, anyways, let's see what happens next. Clean my room, wash my cleats, fold my laundry, then and only then maybe I will forgive you. If that's what it takes, I'll do it, says Hasib. Hasib cleans Amin's room. Wow, what a mess. You missed a banana peel, says Amin. Hasib washes Amin's cleats. By the way, if you don't know what cleats are, like in soccer, there's special shoes that you wear. They get really dirty because they get super muddy. So Amin's making his older brother clean his muddy shoes. When was the last time you cleaned these? Asks Hasib. Hey, you missed a spot, says Amin. Hasib folds Amin's laundry. Almost done, says Hasib. Hey, buddy, how did your game go? Asks Amin's older brother. It was good. Less talking, more working, Hasib. Those clothes aren't going to fold themselves. Hasib folds the last t-shirt. Hey, was my hat too big or did it fit just right? Remember, Amin borrowed Hasib's hat, his favorite hat. Remember, because it was so sunny outside? Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Your hat. I left it on the bleachers at the soccer field by mistake. Amin left his brother's favorite hat. Hasib, I'm so sorry. I know it was your favorite hat. But what does Hasib say? Don't worry, little brother. I know you didn't mean to lose that hat. I forgive you. What? Hasib turns to leave the room. Well, I finished folding your laundry. All your requests are complete. Amin sinks down on the edge of his bed in his very clean room. I feel awful, he thinks to himself. I treated Hasib so badly, and I lost his favorite hat, and he just forgave me. Do you see the difference? Like Hasib made a mistake, and Amin was so mean to him. But when Amin made a mistake, Hasib just forgave him. He said, don't worry about it. It's okay. Amin knocks on Hasib's door. Can I come in? Asks Amin. Sure, sport, says Hasib. Aren't you upset at me? I mean, I lost your favorite hat. Well, we all make mistakes, Amin, says Hasib. They hug. I just look at things this way. If I want others to forgive me, I'd better be ready to forgive others too. And in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that if we pardon and overlook and forgive, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be forgiving and merciful with us. Allahu Akbar. I should have forgiven you too, Hasib, but I made you do all of that stuff. Well, I felt bad that I ate your lasagna, says the older brother. I promise I'll be more forgiving from now on. That's good because I do not want to have to clean your room ever again. Actually, one thing, thinks Hasib. You know that triple chocolate Whopper candy bar you had on your nightstand? I think I might want some of, no, thinks Amin. Just kidding, says Hasib. The end. Bum ba-dum, bum 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 ba-dum. Now here's the thing, all right? I know that lots of times, especially when we are kids, all right? when other people make a mistake, say for example, our mom made a mistake or our dad made a mistake or someone else made a mistake, sometimes it's really tough for us to forgive them. We hold a grudge. We're like angry, like, oh, I can't believe he did that. No. It happens. I know that feeling. But the truth is, every one of us makes mistakes. I make mistakes. You make mistakes. And if we want other people to forgive us when we've made a mistake, well, we should be quick to forgive them too. Now, here's the thing, all right? I want to actually show you a little demonstration. But before I do, actually, let me show you the demonstration. And as I'm showing it to you, I'll tell you a story, all right? All right, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me. Yep? Okay, very good. Now, here is the thing. Lots of times, you and I, we make mistakes, all right? So what's an example of a mistake? A mistake could be like, maybe I said something really mean to somebody. Maybe I hurt somebody's feelings. Maybe maybe in class one time I copied someone else's paper. Maybe I accidentally hit my brother, okay? Now in us, we have a soul. Every single one of us have a soul that's in us. And it's like this water, it's pure. Do you see how pure this water is? There's nothing in it, all right? But every single time we make a mistake, it's like our soul gets a little bit dirty, all right? So I'm gonna take a little bit of this food coloring and I'm gonna put it in there, okay? And it's red. Ooh, that's a lot of food coloring. Maybe I don't need that much food coloring, okay? So say, for example, all right, I was mean to my older or my younger brother, okay? Say, for example, I yelled at my mom or my dad. Say, for example, I hit somebody or I scratched somebody. Say, for example, I copied someone else's work, okay? Well, now look at this. Our soul, oops, I'm trying not to get this too dirty because this is, I don't want red food coloring everywhere, all right? So if we look at this, what do we see? We see that now it's dirty, right? It's not pure anymore. You guys can still hear me? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up? Yep, all right. So now the question is, how can we clean this? Because you and I make mistakes all the time, right? And every time we make a mistake, our soul gets a little bit dirty. Now, is there anything we can do? Yeah, there is something we can do, okay? What we have to do is we have to ask for forgiveness. It's called istighfar, all right? Istighfar means three things. Number one, we first admit that we made a mistake. We say, oh man, you know what? I made a mistake. I did something that I never should have done. The second thing that we do is we ask Allah to forgive us. We first open our hands up and we talk to Allah and we say, Ya Allah, I'm really, really sorry. And we mean it, like it's from our heart, like from the depths of our heart, from the bottom of it. We say, oh Allah, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do this. And then number three, what we do is we try to fix the mistake and we try not to make the mistake again. All right, this is what istighfar means, okay? So it's like, say for example, I accidentally scratched my brother. Well, what I do is I say, oh man, I'm so sorry. Okay, first I know that I made a mistake. Then I ask Allah to forgive me. I raise my hands and say, Ya Allah, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. Never should have done this. And then I go to my brother and I apologize to him and I try to make sure I never do it again. So when I take that istighfar, okay, and I open it up, and now I have my soul and I've opened it up, and I add the istighfar in, okay, let me add it in. Now, istighfar is very powerful, so I have to be very gentle with this. Okay. I'm adding it in. Very good. This on here. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to turn this up and down. Okay. And again, istighfar means what? Istighfar means that we say, Ya Allah, I'm so sorry. Ya Allah, I never should have done this. Ya Allah, I'm feeling a little bit sad about what I've done. And we also tell Allah that, oh Allah, I'm not going to do this again. All right. Now we're going to let this sit here for just a couple of minutes. All right. And then we're going to come back to it and we're going to see what happened. All right. Because right now it's kind of a red color and it's fading a little bit. But we'll come back to this to see what happens. Because my sense is, once we add the istighfar and we shake it up, the color should go away. Or at least I hope it does, because that's the way it's supposed to work. We'll check back on the soul here in a little bit. But here's the thing, all right? Istighfar is super powerful. It's super powerful because every time we make a mistake, our soul gets a little bit dirty. And I don't want a dirty soul. I don't know about you guys. I don't want my soul to be dirty. I want my soul to be clean. I want it to be pure. I don't want any of those mistakes. And plus, not only that, I want to go to Jannah. I want to go to paradise. I don't want to not go there. So it's simple. Number one, when we make a mistake, we have to ask for forgiveness. Ask for forgiveness the way that I just told you that we should ask for forgiveness. That's number one. And number two, what we have to do is we have to make sure we forgive other people when they make mistakes too. So when someone says sorry, you accept their apology and you say, I understand. I know it's tough. I know you didn't mean it. And I accept your apology. Now, as I have just said that, let me go back and show you where we are at with this because do you see the redness is all gone? It's all gone. Amazing. Amazing. Yes. I love it when the experiment works because if the experiment didn't work, it would have been really bad. You guys would be like, wow, I thought it's so far supposed to work, Amin. Why isn't it working? And then I've been like, oh, well, I don't know. It worked when I tried it before. Anyways, it worked. Alhamdulillah. Stressful. All right, guys. So I have a really exciting video to show you guys. This is something that made me really happy. So I hope all of you guys have been enjoying our Ramadan camp so far. I've been enjoying it so far. And I've told you guys that Minnesota, where I live, is pretty much the best place in the whole world. Turns out the news discovered what was happening. They're like, what's going on in New Hope, Minnesota? There's a Ramadan camp going on. And they decided to do a story on the Ramadan camp. Yes, the news, the real deal news. All right. And when they called me on Friday, it was so funny because on Friday I was sleeping in. So I woke up at 9:30 and I looked at my phone and I was like, oh, who's this? Missed call. And then they called me back and they're like, hello, this is Brett Hoflander from ABC News. This is Amin Aaser. I was like, oh yes, this is Amin. Yes. Hello. And I was trying not to have when you wake up, your voice is all crackly. Anyway, so the gentleman called me and he said, Amin, we would love to cover the Ramadan camp. And so they came and they recorded a story. And this is what it looks like. Let me share my screen with you. All right. Hold on one second. All right, I'm on the Noor Kids YouTube thing. If you can hear this, I want you to give me a thumbs up.
One Minnesota company is getting worldwide recognition right now for some videos to educate kids.
During the month of Ramadan, they created a special online camp. Our Brett Hofland explains how this is a tool to help young Muslim Americans.
it would just like break and like the camera would stop.
From his studio in New Hope,
I'll actually be pressing buttons on this little thing.
Amin Aaser is running Noor Kids, a character-building educational program for young Muslims.
We are trying to be the Mr. Rogers for Muslim kids.
For the month of Ramadan, he decided to create something special.
Ramadan is the most important time of the year for Muslims. Think Christmas, but for Muslims.
It's called Camp Ramadan, where he streams a new video each night of the month using stories, role models, crafts, and family challenges to help educate and empower kids.
I want kids to feel comfortable being their authentic selves. I want them to feel proud of who they are and the faith that's in their heart.
Since launching a couple weeks ago, nearly 70,000 kids across the world are now enrolled in this online camp.
Okay, I'm talking Kosovo, Nigeria, Uzbekistan, and of course Wisconsin.
And here are a couple of fans of that program.
We have watched it once this month, but we have watched it a lot.
And what do you think about it?
I like it. I like listening to the different stories.
Now, with all the success of Noor Kids and now Camp Ramadan online, this Minnesota company is now even exploring the possibility of a Netflix show.
Our goal is to continue building our impact. And so for us, that means exploring animated video. I'll start with my story, right?
Aaser tells me Islamophobia is real, and he thinks this program helps.
It's basically what I wish I had when I was a kid.
And he hopes these videos help young Muslims express confidence in who they are.
I would have never dreamed that from New Hope, Minnesota, we would be providing one of the largest forms of Islamic education for Muslim kids in the world. I would have never dreamed that. So I feel honored. I feel super honored.
In New Hope, Brett Hoffland, 5 Eyewitness News.
Oh,
One Minnesota
man.
company
Oops.
is getting worldwide.
Oh, you guys want to watch it again? You want no, no, let's not watch it again. Oh man, that was such a treat. Oh my goodness. And the reason why I wanted to share that with you is because I wanted to say thank you so much. Honestly, when I was 7 years old, and I was 8 years old, and I was 9 years old, and 10 years old, when I was learning about Islam, sometimes it felt like it was going to the dentist. Like sometimes it was like, oh man, like, oh gosh, like it wasn't something that was fun. Okay. And so my dream has always been to figure out how can we make Islam fun, like actually fun, like Haagen-Dazs ice cream fun. And it's because of you, each and every one of you, Nada from Charlotte and Mariam from Wisconsin and Angel or Angel Aria from Canada and Yahya from Perth and Muhammad from Birmingham and Fadil and Shahwir and Jannah from Florida and Faria from Pennsylvania and Hanya in India and Tasneem from Michigan and Omar from Washington and all of you. It's because of every single one of you that this is possible. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for welcoming Noor Kids into your home and allowing for us to serve your family this Ramadan. Honestly, it is such an honor for me, and I feel so, so very blessed. So thank you. Now, having said that, I want to share a couple of announcements before we go on to the dua. And then also, we're going to take like 2 or 3 questions here. So if any of you guys have questions for me, we'll take a couple of questions before we end the program, which will be fun. But I wanted to share a couple of quick things. One of the things is a lot of people have been asking me, they've been emailing and saying, hey, Brother Amin, we want to get one of the backpacks. How can we get a backpack? I want a backpack. Give me the backpack. Give me the backpack. All right, we don't have that many backpacks left. We have some backpacks left. All right, here's how you can get a backpack. There's 2 ways. Way number 1 is we have a fundraiser going on. If you go to noorkids.com/support, your family can contribute to help make support a Ramadan camp, and we'll be giving you a backpack as a token of appreciation. So there's different levels or some books and things like that. That's number 1. Number 2, this week, if your family is on social media, your mom or your dad, if they snap a photo and tag Noor Kids, we're going to be doing a drawing for some backpacks at the end of the week. So that way, that's another way you can get it. All right. So that's how you can get the backpack. Number 2 is We have amazing programs for the rest of the week, and we also have new challenges up on our website. I want to make sure that everyone sees that over here. So tomorrow we have a program called Words Are Sharper Than Swords with Aaser. Aaser is a poet, and she's been all around the world, and her poems are amazing. Like they touch you right in the heart. And I can't wait for all of you guys to meet her. On Friday, we're doing a program on bullying. Thursday. On Friday, we have our game show night. All right, very good. We have new activities: origami kaba, draw Amin and Shireen, watercolor moon and stars. And then we have some challenges: Muslim dad joke, letter to Allah, and Sadaqah box. Do participate in these challenges along with our Quran memorization. We are going to, inshallah, be putting these together. Now, the cool thing about this is once you participate in the challenge, you're actually able to see all of the results that people have done on our website, which is, I think, a really, really cool thing that, makes it a lot of fun. All right, so now some questions, all right? If you have a question for me, I want you to raise your hand, and we'll take 2 or 3 questions before we'll end with dua. All right, we'll go to Aziza from Canada. Oops. All right, hold on, let me go to Aziza. Aziza from Canada. Assalamu alaikum, Aziza. How are you doing, my dear?
Good.
How old are you?
I'm 9.
Aziza, what question do you have for me today?
When you said in the beginning that you wanted to sell your brother, I was like, why?
Oh, it was a joke. I wasn't actually gonna sell my brother. The thing is, so when I was a kid, so my older brother, his name is Muhammad. Now we are best friends, okay? And even when we were kids, we were best friends. Actually, you know what my dad used to do? Because he and I were both the same size. So we would share our clothes. Instead of us having like one closet, my brother and I, we would share our closet, because then like we were always like together. But my brother was a little rascal. He was a rascal. I remember like one time I created this Lego set. It took me like ages to make. It was like this black pearl pirate ship. Okay. It had like 375 pieces, and I put it together, and it took me like 2 weeks. And right when I put it together, my brother knocks on the door. He's like, I'm like, hello, who is it? And he's like, it is me, Muhammad. And I was like, oh my goodness. All right, Muhammad, please just don't do anything. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I just finished my Lego set. And he like opens up the door and he comes in. I'm holding the Lego set, okay, Aziza, because I don't want him to break it.
My brothers have Lego sets, and they're like, my brother threatened me once because I got into a fight with him, and I was about to touch his Lego set.
No, don't. That's not nice. It's not nice. But that's a thing. So, right. So, brothers and sisters, sometimes we get into but that's why it's so important to forgive, right? Like today's lesson was so important because, yeah, brothers and sisters, we get into fights. We do. But we have to be quick to forgive. Inshallah, they will be quick to forgive. And that's how we all get along. Great question, Aziz. I love it. Is that your brother next to you?
Yeah.
Who's that handsome boy? What's his name?
His name's Tara.
Nice to meet you, buddy. Nice to meet you. All right, let's go to one other person for a question. Let's go to, all right, Salam. Let's go to, we'll go to Aziza and Zoha. Assalamu alaikum, Aziza and Zoha.
Alaikum salam. And it's not Aziza, it's Aiza. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Aiza. Oh my goodness. Okay, Aiza, what is your question?
So when we were watching that news, we watch Netflix a lot, and I was wondering, and we also love this program. We also came here last year. I was wondering if you guys are actually thinking about having like a program on Netflix.
Yeah, so it's actually a really great question that you asked. So I'm gonna go over here and let me share my screen real quick. All right, so if I go to, get Noor Kids onto Netflix, there's a video here on our YouTube site. You can see it, and you can see our first ever animated video. So we made this video. You can see it.
According to my calculations, there's only a 17%
Do you see that? Like, it's pretty
chance we
cool,
can-
right?
Yeah.
So like literally right now, as we speak, we are working on creating more of these animated episodes. And inshallah, our dream is to get it onto Netflix. So like we've been meeting with them and talking with them, and inshallah, like, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be tough, but we're working on it and we're dreaming really big, because I think it would be so wonderful if the Noor kids were on Netflix. And not only that, if like other children who are not even Muslim could even watch it and benefit from it and like know what Noor Kids is, I think that they'd really love it. So really, really good question. Thank you so much, Aaser.
And if you guys do put it on Netflix, I think it's the only show I'm gonna watch.
It's gonna be the only one that you watch? Oh my goodness. All right, very good.
First time I came to this meeting, I was like, oh my gosh, because I always, when I was little, I always used to watch you. The
Oh
program.
man, alhamdulillah, it really means a lot. And I really appreciate your support and your du'as. You know, honestly, even if you can just make a little dua for us that Allah helps us get onto Netflix, I think inshallah Allah will help us for sure. All right, let's go say salams to one more person. All right, one more person. Bop, bop, bop. I'm gonna go to Faiza in Katy, Texas. Assalamu alaikum, Faiza and Mubarak.
Walaikum salam.
How are you guys doing?
Fine.
Oh my goodness. So how old are you guys?
9 and 8. I'm 9 and he's 8.
Oh my goodness. So Faiza, what's it like to be a younger sister?
No, I'm not.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, you guys. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. All right. So Faiza, what question do you have for me?
What could you do, like, whenever you're doing the challenge? Whenever you're doing the challenge and you put it together, will you, if the person's in the meeting, will you like let them talk and about how they do it, or how they like did it, or how they personalized it?
So that might be a little bit tough. Okay. It's going to be a little bit tough because, as you can see, there are 974 people in the meeting. And if we pick each person, we will run out of time, right? But what we are going to be doing is we're going to be putting it together in a video and then like just showing the video. Now, is this your little sister?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, what's her name?
I have one more.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah, beautiful.
I have a question too.
Okay, Mubarak, what's your question?
So my question is, could we get the backpacks for free?
Could you get the backpack for free? Wow, yes. So one way you can get the backpack for free is what I said earlier, right? If your parents, now again, remember, it's your parents. It's not you, okay? It's your parents. You know, we're trying to get some more love on Instagram, so that way more people can discover our work. So if your parents take a photo and tag us, then you'll be entered into that drawing, and inshallah, perhaps you can win for free. Okay, that's one way. Now, the other thing too that I will share with you, okay, Mubarak and Faiza and Aaser and Zoha, is truly, I appreciate each and every one of you. And man, after being on this program, the one thing that I am certain of is just how amazing our community is as Muslims. Today, I wanted to share with you one important message, and it was about forgiveness. When other people make a mistake, we should forgive them. And when we make a mistake, we should ask for forgiveness. When we do that, inshallah, we are all able to get along. Join me in dua. Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah. Oh my Lord, oh my Lord, oh my Lord, Ya Allah. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ya Allah. Thank you for my brother and my sister and my mom and my dad and my grandma and my grandpa and my uncle and my auntie. Ya Allah, and thank you for my friends, Ya Allah, Ya Allah. all of these people. I love them so much, but sometimes I make mistakes, and sometimes they make mistakes too. Ya Allah, every time that I make a mistake, Ya Allah, help me say sorry. Help me ask for forgiveness. Ya Allah, Ya Allah. And when somebody else makes a mistake and when they say, sorry, Allah, allow me to accept their apology. Allow me to forgive them with an open heart. I know that, Ya Allah, is what you would like. I know that is what would make you happy. So, Ya Allah, please help me forgive. Ya Allah, Ya Allah. Today I pray for all of those who are in need. If anyone who's in need of money, Ya Allah, please give it to them. Ya Allah, if anyone is sick, Ya Allah, please cure them. Ya Allah, if anyone doesn't have a mom or a dad, Ya Allah, please make it easy for them. Ya Allah, I ask you to pray for my mom and my dad. Just like they took care of me when I was a baby, Ya Allah, take care of them when they get older. Ya Allah, it is the month of Ramadan, and it is passing us by. Ya Allah, allow me to make the most of every moment, the most of every minute, the most of every hour, the most of every day, the most of every night. Allow me to read the Quran. Allow me to fast, Ya Allah, if I can, even if it's a half day or a quarter day fast. Allow me to continuously remember you. Ya Allah, whatever is good, Ya Allah, please give it to me. And whatever is not good for me, Ya Allah, please keep it away. Ya Allah, send your blessings on our holy prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be on him, upon his family, and upon his companions. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you want to see any of the replays, you can catch them on YouTube, or you can also catch them on UsHub, where it is streaming, ushub.tv. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Assalamu alaikum. Goodbye, everyone.